back to the vlog. The task for today is to continue writing music. As I talked about in the last vlog, I want to have songs written and ready to go by the time we get editing. I've got plenty of time to do that. I've got plenty of energy to do that. Let's get it done. Actually, on that note, do you ever have those days where you feel like Mr. Burns and you've just got 2 Kleenex boxes on your feet and you're just like, I need to get back to my nuclear power plant and get to work on that. Why have I been distracted by this casino this whole time? I've talked before about this recurring dream that I have where I haven't been to class for 3 months and then suddenly I remember that I have a class. That's how I'm feeling about all of my work right now. Not so much because I haven't done any work. I've been doing work all the time. It's just that I've had no rhythm and consistency with it. Over the last week though, it's really come to a head and I've really locked in. And this morning I woke up and I was like, yo, get these Kleenex boxes off of my feet. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna get that done. We're gonna get this done. We're gonna have some solid work on the music. Real quick before that, do you remember this? This was Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64 sent to me by Kevin M. Thank you very much, Kevin. On the vlog Patreon, he commented that he can't wait for the next pizza party where he can finally see some Paper Mario gameplay. I don't know how it happened, but somehow the last pizza party I did for this vlog was 5 years ago, which is half of the vlog's existence. I think it's probably about time to have a pizza stream, show a little Paper Mario gameplay. Yeah, I think that probably needs to happen. He says here, this can either sit in a box in my garage or in a proper collection. Enjoy. I'm glad he didn't say, this can either sit in my box in a garage or be played by somebody. Because it's not being played by anybody. Although I really do want to play Paper Mario at some point. I want to play it, but there's no time for that now. The computer is starting. Let's write some music. Okay, that is one song completely finished. I would say I'm reasonably happy with this. I've complained many times about how it's really difficult for me to write a song that doesn't sound like one of my songs. My current strategy is to give up a little bit on trying to make every song sound unique and at least just add like 1 or 2 little things that I've never done before. Just like try something new and do something interesting that's just a little something. Considering how many pieces of music I write, I feel like if you just add 1 or 2 new things, that kind of adds to the repertoire. In any case, that'll do it for today. Let's continue tomorrow with more of the same thing. See you then. Okay, it was a little bit too dark in here, so I needed a light, but this might be too bright. Okay, there we go, yeah. I feel like at least this super bright light won't be right in my face. And instead I got this nice soft lamp that's pointed away from me, still getting some light. And overall the light in the room is better. I don't know, maybe it should just be over there. Actually, one of my patrons named Hobbs was wondering how long it's gonna take me to get my new setup the way I like it, considering how long I spent at the other house trying to get everything set up. At the very least, we know that this desk setup is just the way I like it. I know that this cable management situation is looking real grim, but I just can't get jazzed about cable organization. I've been burned too many times. How many times have I organized a bunch of cables, gotten it just the way I wanted, and then for whatever reason I had to move something? And then it's like, okay, you gotta organize them all again. Actually, my buddy Lorenzo was telling me you should at least get a tray. Put all the stuff in a tray so that at least it's like all contained and organized into one area. I should do that. I don't have a good excuse for why I haven't done that. I'm probably not going to do it. You know, speaking of being burned, I suddenly had this realization today about phone addiction. Let's do a quick thought experiment. You've got this phone, handheld device. As long as it's in your hand, it's almost effortless to do anything on it. But it's not attached to you. You still have to pick it up. Now just imagine if something like this were real, okay? Just totally hypothetically, don't think about how it would or wouldn't work. Just assume that it does work. You have a pair of glasses that have all of the functionality of a smartphone. It displays everything on the glasses and it's on you at all times. And you can control it like this, okay? So I'm doing everything I would do on a phone, only it's on a pair of glasses and I'm doing this. Let's take it a step further. Let's say you have a pair of contacts that do the same thing that these glasses do. And again, you control it like this. Now, I know that not everybody has this problem, so if you don't have this problem, I'm very happy for you. But I do have this problem, and many others like me do too. I am extremely drawn to the constant novelty and entertainment of these things. And so many people have talked about smartphone addiction, it almost feels stupid to talk about it at this point. Every time I see a video now that says like how to break your smartphone addiction, and they give me a tip like turning your screen black and white, I laugh at you. Ha! The people writing these articles and making these videos, it's like they're not even addicted to smartphones themselves and they haven't even tried these things. None of the conventional methods work. Okay, but I'm getting off on kind of a tangent. The only thing that stops me from using this phone is when I have something I want to do, something I need to do, or the physical separation of it. Otherwise, every free moment I'm like, oh yeah, what's on the internet? Now imagine you had something that provided no physical separation from this thing. Would you say, oh, it's a good idea to have a device that will entertain you constantly and give you never-ending novelty, and you cannot take it off your body? That is a terrible idea. Now, the point I'm trying to make is that if you just took the exact same functionality of this and put it into this, the downsides of constant entertainment in your brain, I feel like are super clear. You're like, oh, that's probably not a good idea to just have a never-ending drip feed of novelty and entertainment right in front of your eyes, ever present. So what I'm trying to say, practically speaking, there is not much difference between doing this and having it strapped to your face. I have absolutely no answers for you. Sometimes I'm pretty good about it, sometimes I'm not good about it. I know that if this thing is next to me when I go to sleep, the chances of me using it first thing in the morning are 100%. It's not 90%, it's not 95, it's not 99, it's 100%. The only way for me to not use this is to not have it in the room. I guess this is also a long-winded way of me saying, if AR glasses ever get to the point that they're this light and easy to wear on your face, that doesn't seem like a good thing. It'll make Google Maps amazing when you're driving, but just like every other interaction, I was like, take your glasses off. Please take your glasses off. Oh! It's hard to tell sometimes if people actually have an accurate portrayal of what somebody is like on the internet. It's probably a little bit easier for people to tell my personality traits just because you've seen so much of me doing different things. And you can see like, oh yeah, that's probably not like exactly what he's like because he's in front of the camera doing something specific. But that's probably more like what he is because it's a more unguarded moment. I'm not really sure. However, if it's not painfully obvious, patience is not one of my strong suits. And I've been trying to practice patience when I'm writing music for a couple of reasons. The first one being, what does doing it faster get you? Does it actually get you anything to be done with it more quickly? The other thing is, even when I'm being patient, it still doesn't take that much time to write the song itself. That song that I wrote yesterday, I worked on it nonstop, without stopping, no breaks, took 2 hours. I think one of the concerns has always been, if I just give this an unlimited amount of time, then I'm just gonna work on it forever and it'll never get finished. That's never been the case, and that's never happened. And by the nature of the music that I'm writing, I have to get it done at some point so it can get put in the video. So why not unshackle myself from this need to like, oh, I've gotta get this done faster so I can put it in the video and it can be done. As I've said many times before, that need to get things done has served me quite well, but it can also be a bit of a weakness. So I'm just trying to get a better balance. Actually, circling back to the phone thing real quick, one of our patrons, Leon, mentioned something called the Brick app. It's this little device that you can buy. You tap your phone to it, and then it'll lock all of the apps that you've decided to lock. Until you tap the device again, your phone remains locked. The only problem is, with the functionality built into at least the iPhone, you can still unlock the phone by deleting the app. So it still requires some degree of willpower. But that is enough of a barrier that would probably work in most instances. You're like, I don't want to have to get up to go tap the phone. That's fine, I'll just not use it. So today I am teaching my last Zumba class at Revel Fitness. For those of you who don't know, my mom and I started a group fitness studio in 2010. We had our own space and everything, but around 2018 or so, I eventually was only teaching and I wasn't involved in any of the day-to-day business operations of it. And then at some point, the whole operation just basically became group fitness classes within a senior activity center. So I've been teaching some sort of group dance fitness class for the last 15 years. And actually in 2023, I thought I had stopped teaching. And then I came back last year and I was like, okay, I'm gonna really give it a go. I'm gonna try to constantly keep my playlist fresh, learn new choreographies. I'm gonna dedicate some time to it every single week. It was only one class a week and I thought I could do it, but I just couldn't do it. I tried so hard to actually spend some time on it and really make the class everything it could be and be excited about it the same way I was when I started teaching. And with my mom moving and no longer teaching at the studio, I just felt like, okay, it's okay to stop trying to make this work and to make it feel like it did when we first started. The only reason I was still doing it is because I know that the handful of people who attend my classes, they enjoy it. And I love being able to do something that people enjoy and get something out of every week. It's something you can depend on, but at some point I just had to be like, I can't keep doing this. Now, if you pay very close attention to what I say, and I actually put it in this vlog, I think I did. The last vlog at the house, I said the only way I'm gonna stop teaching is if I move. And just right after that, I decided to stop teaching. And when we started, it just made me so deliriously happy to teach these classes. And just that feeling kind of just faded over time for various reasons. And that's just something that happens in life. And I definitely don't think this will be the last class I teach ever. I would love to just go teach a random class here and there. But at least for right now, I had to just stop banging my head against the wall, feeling bad for not making the class everything I want it to be, and for not being as excited about it as I was before. Some things in life are just like that. You fall out of it, you fall into other things. That's the way it goes. Anyway, that's a lot of preamble to say that when we used to do special occasion classes, sometimes I would make CDs for my students that had the songs from the class on them. Now, I don't even know if people still have CD players, so I bought a 10-pack of thumb drives to put the music on. But now that I think about it, do people even have the ability to get the music from here onto their phone? Isn't everybody using Spotify or one of those subscription services now? Even I need a little adapter just to get the music on it. That all being said, that's gonna do it for today's vlog. I gotta get these copied over before the class starts. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll see you in the next one.
A reading rainbow, I can